Good everyone, I'm Blaze, and welcome back to another, probably a little bit smaller, my thoughts on video. And today I will be talking about Tori 3D, because I finished the game on the channel this week, and I wanted to discuss it. This one's a little bit less, it's not scripted at all. With most of my thoughts on videos, I do like a semi-scripting type thing, where it's like scripted notes and all that sort of thing. However, in this case, there's nothing, because like this game is small, therefore I feel like I can get all my thoughts across quite well on it. And yeah, no, Tori 3D, it's a fun little indie-esque, I think it is an indie game, yeah. However, it's sort of in the style of like a PS1 game, a PS1 platformer, and to be honest, I really like that style. I think it's quite nice, it's adorable. Tori himself is a funny little bird thing, and all he wants is his ice cream. In this first game as well, there's some other strange elements, I guess, that go into the visual style a little bit. However, I can talk about those in a bit, yeah. Otherwise, the visual style, it's quite nice. It really gives me that that vibe of like old Spyro or Crash or something like that. Like, put it around there more, I guess. More than something like Mario 64, I guess. It's probably the best way to go. And then like all the environments in different stages and stuff there. Despite the fact that there's like 4 environments or something, 4 or 5, they're varied enough. They're quite different from each other and stuff like that, and I think it really helps make the game have its own distinct style. I guess is the best way to put it. As I said, Tori is adorable. There's a lot of little things. There's like googly-eyed bees and stuff. They're quite adorable and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, gameplay-wise, it's quite good. I mean, it's like a standard platformer. Tori's got a double jump, and he can sprint. And that's it, I think, in this game at least. I know there's some more stuff in future games. However, in this game, that's about it. It works quite well though. The momentum and everything feels alright and everything like that. Like, you can keep your speed up and all that sort of thing. It really feels like a bit of a Sonic game in that sort of situation, I guess. Not quite as fast as Sonic games, however, it's just sort of got that same flow to it, I guess is probably the best way to go. If you want to speed through it, you can sort of do that. Yeah. There's like all sorts of different things in the stages as well that will react gameplay wise. Like, you've got like wind, like that'll push you up and around. There's platforms that you can stand on, and while you're on the platform they'll move, all that sort of thing. Like the enemies, you can't really defeat the enemies. That's different for a 3D platform like this. Usually like you jump on their head or something, and you can't do that in this game. You simply, if you hit them, and that's it. Like, yeah. Therefore that's a bit different. I do like that actually. It kind of turns the enemies into obstacles more than they ever were in previous games. I don't know, I kind of like that. Yeah, as I said, though, there is some funny things in this game, like a very dark tone in some areas, which, I mean, I wasn't expecting that going in, and I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of that sort of, like, I don't know, lore implication-y dark tone type thing. I have a feeling it's mostly only for the first game. I think it's got to do with something like when the first game came out and all that sort of thing. Those angry stars creep me out, and I wasn't expecting that at all. I finished the game anyway, regardless. Then you got like that final level out of the main levels that are like, has a bit of creepy elements to it to it as well. Otherwise, yeah, no, I did overall like really enjoy the game. As of when this video comes out, I've probably not gone back and got all the highest ranks yet or anything like that, all the stars on the other stages. I probably will at some point. It's only a very small game, and as I said, it is quite fun to control and play and all that sort of thing. My favorite stage that was probably like the truck ones with like all the like the different types of trucks. Like you got the ice trucks that you slip on, or like the conveyor belt trucks that like speed you up and all that sort of thing. I do really like that. I think that's funny. I think that's really good. Yeah, otherwise though, I don't know if there's much more to say about it. Like, there isn't much of a story. As I said, Tori gets his ice cream. He gets his ice cream. That's about it. You can unlock 2 other playable characters. At this time of recording, I unlocked McBat, which I see has his own game on the Switch, which I might look into. Probably. We'll see. However, yeah, that is about it though. I do really like the game. I mean, I never give scores or anything in these videos. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of scoring systems as such, despite the fact that I do look at scoring systems a lot. Yeah, otherwise though, I did really enjoy the game. I'm quite happy with it. And it was nice to have, that sort of smaller game that I can use as sort of, not necessarily filler, however, like an in-between series when I'm doing bigger things, despite the fact that the game that I want to play after it is and not actually coming out physically when I thought it was going to, which is going to be a bit of an issue. Therefore, I have to find something else to play. However, for Tori 3D, I do really like it. I thought it was a fun little game, and I'm actually a lot more excited to play the sequels, knowing that they're not necessarily... not saying this isn't a full game, however, it is a shorter game. Those ones are much more, like, I guess... there's a lot more to them, I think is probably the best way to put it. However, yeah, I believe that is all from me. As I said, my thoughts on for a short game. Therefore, yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.